Did you know your brain has a use it or lose it policy? Studies show that regularly trying new things strengthens neural pathways, as well as boosting memory and even protecting against cognitive decline later in life. So imagine if one new act of novelty each day, like trying a new food, walking a new route, or even having a new conversation starter, may not only make life more exciting, but also boost your health, wealth, and happiness in ways you may never have expected. Welcome to the Big Daddy's Big Tips podcast, the daily podcast helping everyday people go from feeling stuck to building momentum, confidence, and freedom one daily step at a time. This is not a podcast about hacks or hustle, it's about the quiet power of habit-driven lifestyle design, where your health, wealth, and happiness are upgraded slowly and sustainably through what you do today, what you do tomorrow, and what you do the day after that. Because it's not the handful of big decisions that shape your life. It's the thousands of tiny ones you make each and every day. Things like what you eat, how you move, what you buy, what you say yes to, who you spend your time with, even how you react to situations. It's ultimately about what I like to call your daily wins versus your daily drifts. And every decision you make in your day will create a ripple effect. That ripple will either be positive, taking your life in the right direction, or negative, taking your life in the wrong direction. The right direction will take you towards a future you that's flourishing and thriving, but the wrong direction will result in you feeling stuck. Now, feeling stuck can mean different things to different people. Maybe it looks like tiredness, or struggling with sleep, or not liking the reflection in a mirror, or aches and pains that don't go away, or just having low energy. Maybe it's living paycheck to paycheck, or never quite getting on top of debt. Maybe not quite knowing how to budget or thinking that your income potential is capped. Maybe it's knowing that you should be investing for the future, but never quite taking any action. Equally stuck can mean something on the inside. It could be lack of purpose or low self-worth or stress or anxiety or feeling like you're going through the motions, maybe struggling to be present with the people that you care about. The truth is, whatever form stuck takes, it always feels heavy. It slows you down, it clouds your decisions, and it convinces you that change has to be really big or really overwhelming. But what I want you to know, and what this podcast is all about, is that you don't need a dramatic leap to escape feeling stuck. You just need to start redirecting your life journey by changing your ripple effects. And we can do this one daily win at a time. Because whether your ripple effects are working for you or against you, they will seem invisible at first. And they'll seem barely noticeable after a few weeks. But as the months and the years roll by, they become too big to ignore. And where you find yourself today is the result of your life journey thus far. You've been taken on that journey because of the ripples that you've created. The ripples you've created have been the result of the thousands of micro decisions that you've made each day. And those decisions that you've made each day are the result of how well primed your body has been on those days. Or as I like to refer to it, how well primed your vessel has been. Look after your vessel, and making good decisions is really easy. Choosing the daily wins is easy. But allow your vessel to build up rust, and you will find yourself more easily distracted by and more easily tempted by the bad decisions, the dreaded daily drifts. And I know what you might be thinking. Maybe you've tried to change before, but you started too big, or you focused on one area of your life whilst the other slipped away. Maybe you think change has to be dramatic, or you have to wait for the perfect time. Those are some of the same false beliefs I had to break for myself, because the truth is, the smallest daily shifts, when stacked in the right way, can change absolutely everything. And the beauty of this BDBT system is that you don't need to change everything. You just need to prime your vessel. Guard what goes into your body, prioritize how you move your body, and prioritize how you rest your body. And each tip you hear from me is part of that system, part of that journey that helps you prime your vessel so that you can shift from daily drifts to daily wins, from noise to clarity, from feeling stuck to feeling free. Because the BDBT movement is not just about saving money, it's not just about getting fit, it's about creating a life you can feel proud of by breaking down the overwhelming into the achievable and by getting there one daily step at a time. So let's dive into today's tip. Imagine you're living the same day over and over again. Same breakfast, same commute, same conversations, same TV shows. Life can very easily become a loop, a very comfortable loop, but if we're being perfectly honest, a pretty dull one. Now imagine if you broke that loop with just one tiny act of novelty each day. For example, trying one new fruit in the supermarket, taking a different route to work, listening to a podcast outside of your usual categories, asking somebody a question you've never asked before. Today's tip is simply to try something new every single day, however small it is. Doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be dramatic. It can literally be the tiniest of things because each act of novelty creates ripple effects across your health, wealth, and happiness. And these ripple effects compound into a richer and more fulfilling life. I used to fall into routines so deep that they felt like ruts. Eating the same meals, going to the same shops, watching the same shows, very, very comfortable, but I noticed my energy and curiosity fading over time. Honestly, I felt less alive, like a shadow of what I felt like I was capable of becoming. So when I deliberately started to add in one small new thing each day, whether it was trying a new exercise, whether it was simply tasting a new food, whether it was just sparking a different type of conversation with my children, something started to shift. And my days immediately felt more colourful. My energy started to lift again. I realised novelty can actually be fuel that wakes you up. And then when I felt the ripple effect, I knew it was a habit worth locking in because your brain thrives on novelty. Each new experience stimulates neural connections, which keeps your mind sharp, it keeps you resilient. Research shows that people who regularly challenge their brains with new experiences are less likely to suffer from memory loss and cognitive decline. But novelty is not just mental, it's also physical. Trying a new sport, cooking a new recipe, walking a new route, it changes the way your body moves. It changes the way your body adapts. You use different muscles, you improve your balance, you prevent stiffness. Even your stress levels can benefit. Because novelty releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical, which not only boosts mood, but also lowers cortisol, which is your stress hormone. And that daily microdose of curiosity can therefore genuinely make you healthier. Novelty also fuels creativity, and creativity can drive your wealth. When you try something new every day, you're training your brain to look at the world differently. That's the same skill that helps you solve problems at work, that helps you find opportunities that other people might miss, that helps you come up with ideas that can add value. So if we think about it, some of the best business ideas or side hustles or career breakthroughs don't necessarily come from grinding harder. They come from seeing things differently. And a brain that is used to novelty is a brain that is primed for that type of innovation. And here's a different angle. Trying things often helps you spot wasteful habits. You might discover cheaper meal options or new free activities instead of expensive old ones. You may discover better ways to spend your time. So that curiosity could literally save you money. And as far as happiness, novelty brings you joy. It breaks monotony. It gives you stories to tell, and it gives you memories to look back on. Instead of your week blurring together, you can create highlights. It can also strengthen relationships. Imagine coming home with your partner or your kids or your friends. Guess what I tried today? That spark of enthusiasm can spread. People can feel energized by your energy. And that confidence boost can be huge. Every new thing you try builds self-trust. You prove to yourself that you're capable, that you're adaptable, that you're open-minded. And that is the kind of confidence that ripples into every area of your life. So this is not about taking something off a bucket list. It's not about trying novelty for novelty's sake. It's about sprinkling a tiny bit of variety into your everyday life so that your vessel stays sharp, your wallet can benefit from new ideas, and your heart can stay full. So the next time you catch yourself on autopilot, ask yourself one simple question. What is a new thing I could try today? Which may be as simple as walking a new route, maybe as simple as trying a new food, maybe as simple as having a different type of conversation, but the ripple effect, now that could be life-changing. And if you want to lock this habit in and actually see the impact it can have on your life, I would always recommend getting your free copy of my Big Daddy's Foundation Blueprint. Far more than just a tracker, it's a system that shows you how small daily actions like this one stack up over time across your health, wealth, and happiness. You can use it to track your daily wins, you can use it to spot your daily drifts, and you can use it to watch your momentum build week by week, because when you see it written down and when you measure the ripple, that is when it really starts to sink in. That's when it becomes part of who you are. You can get your free copy from the link in my bio on Instagram, from my website, or from the show notes below this episode. So if today's tip has got you thinking in any way, please share it. Not just online, but with someone in your life who might need it too, because real change spreads when we pass it on, and your unique ripple effect may just be sparked into life when you have that conversation and share your new knowledge. Or you could try explaining the tip in your own words to somebody that you know, because if you can teach it, you are far more likely to remember it. And if you would like the full breakdown of the tip with the extra examples, bonus strategies in a free downloadable guide to help you implement it in your life, head over to Instagram and drop me the keyword in the show notes below, and I will send you the free guide directly. This, combined with a copy of my foundation blueprint, will stand you in very good stead for ingraining this tip into your life. So if this has sparked anything for you, come and hang out with me on Instagram or TikTok, where you'll find me every day at Big Daddy's Big Tips, where I am sharing simple, high-impact tips to boost your health, wealth, and happiness, one small daily win at a time. You'll also find weekly bingo cards to keep you motivated, free downloads to dive deeper. You'll find weekly go-lives that feel like a proper pep talk, as well as more honest chats, just like this one. Make sure you're following so you don't miss the next tip that could change everything. And if you've tried any of my tips so far, I would love to hear from you. Send me a DM, tag me in your progress. This is just the beginning, and I want you to know how proud I am of you and that you are not going on this journey alone. So if you need any help or are unsure in any way about implementing this tip or the benefits it can offer, then reach out and I'll be in touch to help. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. And remember, your future does not change in one big leap. It changes in the next small step you take today. So why not start right now? Get that vessel primed, create the positive ripple effects, and enjoy a truly life-changing journey, one small daily win at a time. I end each episode by asking you a question that you can answer in the comments below, and today's question is this: what is one small new thing you could try today to add just that bit more spark to your daily routine? Have a think about it and let me know what springs to mind in the comments below, because I would love to hear from you. Big love, Big Daddy.